to the top, 'cause we know what it takes. Through it all we survive, yet still hold the faith, unchangeable.
Hey guys, happy Friday. So I just left my 20-week anatomy scan. Everybody knows that 20-week anatomy scan is terrifying because that's like halfway through your pregnancy, usually when you'll find out any bad news or anything like that. And unfortunately I did have bad news. So crazy because I don't know, something deep down inside of me just knew or had a feeling that something bad was gonna happen. I had a really hard time picking a name this time. It was hard to pick a name this time. When people would ask me like, oh, when the baby come, what's your plans, this and that, and it's like I couldn't think that far. Like I just kept saying, you know, I'm just taking it day by day and we'll just see what happens when that time comes. So kind of like when she said she had some bad news, because you know the sonographer does their part, but they're not allowed to answer any questions. They make that clear before they even start. And the way that she kept checking, and I'm seeing the baby but I'm not seeing any movement, and then for like a few seconds she put it on, usually like when you hear the heartbeat, and didn't hear anything. So I kind of knew what was going on. And then Troy kept saying like, wow, this is blurry, it's not even clear. So and she was like zooming in a lot, so I think she was trying to proceed with it but without making it obvious. And she kept asking me about like test results from the baby and everything, and honestly up until now everything was perfectly fine. There was no bad test or negative, like nothing leading up onto this point would have indicated anything. I did have a subchronic hematoma that they noticed from the first ultrasound, and she was watching it closely. She had me coming in every 2 weeks basically to keep an eye on it, and I was last there 3 weeks ago, and she even went back looking at the sonogram, and she's like, everything just looked fine, like I don't know. And they're saying that they can basically do an autopsy to kind of see what went wrong, but I wouldn't even go that far. I wouldn't even do that. But it's something to process, because as you guys know, I guess I can do a little story time now with it as well. As you guys know, after I had Adore, I went with the IUD. When I went with the IUD, it just had me bleeding nonstop. Granted, I know a lot of birth controls, they say it's that breakthrough bleeding, but it was just bleeding. And like I can physically feel the change. Like I felt it there. I felt it in my hormones. I felt it in the way I was acting, everything. And I just went ahead and took it out and went with the mini pill. With the mini pill, that's usually my go-to and what I've been taking. Like in between, I've been trying different birth controls to see if something else more long-term would do well, but that did not happen at all. So I always end up reverting back to the mini pill. And I was just making a joke about it, like me and Trey been long distance all these years, and for him to finally come here just in 2023 and pregnant 2 times within that time frame. Now I'm like, was the mini pill really even working all this time, or was it just long distance on our side preventing pregnancy from happening? But I say all of this to say that we lost the baby. I am going to have to go and get induced. You usually see things like this happen. You would call people brave for like picking up a camera, but honestly it's a lot of emotions to take on. Like I'm in and out of tears, honestly. But overall, when I found out, I'm like, God just doesn't make any mistakes. Everything happens for a reason. Planning to get pregnant, shock when we did find out we were pregnant. It was a lot for both of us to take in, and to finally like accept it, like this is happening, see the belly growing, everything happening, getting excited for it, and then halfway through the process the baby's stillborn, you know. So emotionally it is a lot, but I am really, I promise you, I am really hanging on by God's grace, really putting into fact that everything happens for a reason. I honestly was considering either tying my tubes or removing them, this would have been the last pregnancy for us. Because we have 2 together, plus I have my bonus daughter already. So this would have been our 4th child, and that would have been our limit. Granted, things didn't work out, so I wouldn't necessarily proceed with such a long-term procedure anymore. In the same breath, I right off the bat told him, like, I know a lot of people would go right back into trying right after, but I'm like, I don't want to. Like, I would actually wait a couple of years to kind of see where my headspace is, and then I'll see if we would try for another one or if we would just call it quits. But right now, in such an emotional state, I honestly wouldn't make a permanent decision. But it's just so much. I'm trying to process it. Like I said, you see people going through these things and like you feel for them, and you just never know when or if you would ever be in that predicament. I'm just really soaking it all in. You guys are getting this firsthand, hands-on, an hour fresh of the appointment, and I am gonna upload it and share it with you guys, just because I feel like I owe you guys that much. Granted, it was a leap of faith putting it out there. I mean, these things can happen at any point. It's people that have stillbirths at 30 something weeks, like, you never know. But I mean, I did put it out there. I think when I did announce it, I probably was like around 4 months or so. So this is like a month shy of announcing it. But the same breath that I used to announce it, I would share with you guys that it's no longer with us. I think the hardest part, it took her so long to accept the fact that I was pregnant. So I think explaining it to her is probably going to be a tough one for sure. I did tell my immediate family as well. They are trying to process it. It's a lot. And then it's like finding out, and then now I'm trying to make arrangements because now I need to go to the hospital to get induced to have the baby because it needs to get out of me. Keep you guys posted for sure, and probably bring you guys along the process. There may be people who say, oh, the first thing you think is to pick up the camera. No. Honestly, this is a chapter and a stage in our lives, just like everything else that I am going to actually document for our sake, for us as well. People choose what they want to share, what they don't want to share. It's out there. Everyone know that I was. Eventually there's going to be a million and one questions as to what happened, so why not just bring you guys along the journey. When the doctor calls me and I get things squared away and set back in, I will let y'all know. Yeah, I'm gonna try and take a nap or something, or watch some comfort TV in the meantime. I just woke up from a little nappy nap. Kind of settled in a little bit more, honestly. But I think the worst part is like knowing and having to wait. They ended up scheduling me for Sunday night. That was the next available. And it's Friday, so I still have to go through tonight, all of Saturday, and then Sunday, so then go in Sunday night. I kind of want to take out my hair, but for right now I think I should glue that down. I want to take out my hair, but I don't want to take out my hair. The thought of taking it out and what I will do with it, but it's just like I got the hairstyle and it's like, okay, it's cute, but it's so high maintenance. And it's low-key just like weighing on one side of my head. It's cute, but we will have something a little more, you know. So I didn't end up clocking back into work. My manager, I ended up telling her what happened, because when I realized that they scheduled me for Friday night, I'm like, okay, so I'm gonna have to take off Monday, which is a last minute request, which I usually don't do and I don't like doing. So I kind of told my manager what was going on. She was really understanding, and she told me do not clock back in for the rest of the day, like just take off. And then I took off Monday, and she basically was telling me to go on FMLA, short-term disability, to kind of take time to allow myself to process it all. But I feel like I don't know what I would do with all of that free time. And I'm here looking at my stomach. I'm just like, this is it for now. You know when you get your period, like, you don't know it's there, but the second you go to the bathroom and you see the blood, it's like, oh my gosh, I'm cramping my back, my stomach. So like knowing, I just feel like I'm anticipating it. I can't really like, you know, process like, okay, yeah, this is coming to an end. No, it's like now I have to wait. And then I was on ChatGPT, because I keep asking them like, what's next, and they just keep saying, oh, well, you have to get induced. No, I want to know what I'm walking into, because this is also new. And I seen that they would basically try to access if we want a picture with the baby, if we want alone time with the baby, all these things, honestly. So I'm like asking Troy to like see where his headspace is. I know he told me that he doesn't feel well. Like, he's not sick, but he don't feel well. And that's the same thing he said when we were having Cherish for the first time. When we were in labor with Cherry, like, his stomach couldn't take it. So like, to know that we have to go to the process, and like knowing that the baby is no longer, it's like, to see all, like, you have to really mentally prepare yourself for this. Trust me, I'm doing fine right now. I woke up and doing fine. I done cried probably like a million times, but I just really just keep praying for strength through this, because it's not easy. My family, close friends, everyone is sending me their love and support. Even my manager, she's being so supportive, and she's like, just take all the time that you need. This is coming from a mom, not a boss. She totally understands. But I just feel like the type of person that I am, as y'all can probably see, I have to keep going. I can't sit still, because I don't know what that would do, giving myself too much time like that. Yes, I know I need to process it and all these things, but honestly, I think I am going to keep pushing through. As I said, I am sharing this because this is a chapter, like every other chapter in my life. Troy and Adore just went to get Cherish from the bus stop. She has gymnastics today. I think we're actually going to end up going on a mini getaway for the weekend to Austin. We might leave in the morning and come back Sunday, in which Sunday I have to do it. I was hesitating going back and forth on whether I wanted to do it or not, but I think getting out of the house and a different space and environment is probably very needed right now. So we're gonna do that. Check back in with you beautifuls. Friday night, my family had a gathering where they all went over to my mom's house. We played games. They showered me with flowers, these cute little teddy bears. I'm just making the flower arrangements and doing a few things around the house. It's like it instantly put me in nesting mode, and I was just trying to prepare for what's to come and just soak it all in. It is a lot, but prayer, staying in my word, and just being grateful for what I do have is what's really pushing me and getting me through this whole process. We do have two beautiful children already, which we could definitely be grateful for because not everyone's circumstance is the same. We did make it to Austin safely, where we did go out to eat as a family and just hung out and spend the time. Hey, baby daddy. My baby daddy.
I'm gonna bring the drama.
Bye. Sorry. Cherry, say hi. This is what we got. Dora was trying to fight the camera in my hand because she was so ready to eat because of the food.
Remember telling grandmother you did that at the penthouse?
Want me to do 5?
Yeah. Yeah? I'm gonna go back. Just tell the grandmother, I remember I did that at the penthouse. The view was amazing. The view was amazing.
But we don't even have a balcony.
Tell him.
Mine over matter.
Let him know. My sleepy baby. She's so sleepy.
I'm gonna keep it nice.
I
I'm
know
gonna keep it sweet. I'm gonna keep it sugar.
You know where the house is?
Come, look up here, Ding Dong Beach. I'm not fine everybody.
Do not.
Up here, Ding Dong Beach.
Why?
I'm not fine everybody door.
Why?
Do not listen to your dad. It is too late.
Why? Wait? Why would you have to wait?
I said it's too late for that. Somebody gonna wake up real angry and knock y'all out.
You could do it with us.